Welcome! What are you buying?
Hi y'all. Just thought I'd do something a bit different for a change and just run through some of the various games and other items that I managed to pick up over the past few weeks. So yeah, I'll start off with Sega Saturn related stuff. So first up I have issue number 4 of the official UK Sega Saturn magazine. So yeah, this was an eBay purchase. Just kind of came up at a very reasonable price. It was £3.99. Usually these go for a little bit more than that. Some issues can be very expensive, but yeah, as soon as I saw this, I jumped on it straight away. So condition-wise, it's in really good condition for its age. And again, I'm a big fan of this magazine, so was absolutely delighted to get my hands on this one. So that's issue number 4. I also was lucky enough then to get issue number 9 of the magazine as well. And again, this was another eBay pickup from the same seller and priced at the same £3.99. I know this issue in particular actually tends to go for a bit more. I think I remember seeing a copy go for over £10 plus before on eBay, so for $3.99 I thought it was unmissable. So yeah, I didn't hang about with this one either. So yeah, I mean, it's a great magazine. It was always well laid out, always well written, and with these 2 issues, they take me that little bit closer now to having a complete run of the magazine. So next up then, I picked up some Saturn games, the first of which is Theme Park. Again, this was very reasonably priced. It's a pretty cheap game to pick up on the Saturn. So it was complete there with the manual. And overall it's in excellent condition now. Considering how flimsy the European Saturn cases can be, I'm very happy now with the condition of that one. Then the next game I picked up was Earthworm Jim 2. Now I did a gameplay of this recently. Basically I played this years ago on the Mega Drive, and I just thought it'd be interesting to see how it plays on the Saturn. And it's really good now. I really got into it. Very humorous and wacky levels. Came complete with the manual. Disc is in the console at the minute. But yeah, great game. A little bit pricey though on eBay. Can't remember. I think I got this for just under £10. But I usually see it for anywhere between 15 and 20 for the PAL version. So yeah, it's a little bit more expensive than I would have expected it to be. So the next game then I picked up was Sonic R. Now to be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this game at all. I remember borrowing it off a mate years ago, probably back in 1998, and I just didn't care for it at all. Didn't like the controls. I think maybe if they had approached it along the lines of Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, whereby you control the characters in a vehicle, maybe then I might have liked it a bit better, but I just didn't get it, controlling the characters, scampering about the place. By today's standards, the graphics are pretty good actually. I was a little bit surprised. I didn't think much of them back in the day, but I was actually impressed a little bit by them. But overall it's not a game I care for too much. More so for the collection really that I picked this up. Price wise, this was another eBay pickup, and I think I got it for less than £6 or something like that, so it wasn't too expensive. So the next PAL Sega Saturn game I picked up was Pandemonium. And again, this would have been a game back in the late 90s that I would have missed out on. Basically back then I was a young lad. I didn't have a huge amount of money to be spending on Sega Saturn games, so you know, this I would have overlooked this one, but I thought I'd pick it up now, give it a shot, see what it's like. It looks quite interesting actually from the gameplay videos I saw of it on YouTube. So yeah, that's Pandemonium, and that one again, it was actually was a little bit expensive. I think it was about £12 or something like that. Again, it's another one of those games that perhaps is more expensive than it should be. But yeah, that's Pandemonium. So I picked up then 2 import games. The first of which is Donpachi. Never played this before, so I can't really comment on it. Haven't had the chance to play it yet either. But it'd certainly be a game that I'd be held in pretty high regard on the Saturn. It's one of its better shoot 'em ups. So yeah, condition wise it's in great condition, came complete with the spine and reg card. So yeah, I'm actually looking forward now to trying that out. And then also I picked up the sequel, Dodonpachi. Again, it's an eBay pickup from the same seller as Donpachi. In great condition again with the spine and reg cards. And both of those games were, for the both of them, were €60, which actually I didn't think was too bad of a price. So yeah, those are the Sega Saturn related bits and pieces that I managed to get. So I'll move on to some of the other items next. Okay, so the next item that I picked up was a modded Mega Drive console. Basically, it's the UK model. And it has the 50-60 Hz switch and the English Japanese language switch on it. I have a small Japanese collection of Mega Drive games, and you know, up until now I had no means of playing them. I had been thinking about picking up a Japanese Mega Drive, but while they're pretty cheap, the actual shipping costs you know, are nearly more expensive than the console itself. But luckily enough, the opportunity came up to pick this up, and it was just £8.49. So yeah, it was a no-brainer really. The only other item I had to pick up with it was an RGB SCART cable, just to get the most out of the picture. And I think you need it for the 60 Hz signal as well, I'm not too sure. But yeah, it works absolutely brilliant. It's in pretty good condition as well. The only bit of modification on my part was to widen the console slot to accept the Japanese cards, but that wasn't too difficult to do anyway. So yeah, that's a modded Mega Drive console. So next up, I'll just take a look at some of the current gen games that I picked up recently. Okay, so I managed to pick up some 360 games as well. So first off, I picked up, I think it's IL2 Sturmovik or IL2 Sturmovik. Basically, I wanted to pick this up for the longest time actually, ever since it first came out. But I wasn't keen on paying full price for it, so I decided to wait for it to come down in price. But it actually held its value for a long time. It was months upon months before it actually came down to a price I was willing to pay. But I'm a big fan of these arcade style flight combat games, and this has an arcade mode on it as well. So I mean, overall I very much enjoyed it. The single player game isn't the longest, but it is enjoyable. Graphically it looks brilliant, and you know, a very good game. Similar along the lines of Secret Weapons over Normandy on the original Xbox. So yeah, that was a good game overall. The next game I picked up then was Vanquish. Started off with this, I wasn't too keen on it actually. I mean, it's very fast paced and you know, over the top action. And just when you're trying to get used to the controls and that, it can be a little bit too in your face for its own good. But I mean, the longer you spend with it though, the more accustomed you become to the controls, and the more, the better you get at the game. And that's when I really started to enjoy it then. So I mean, real nice feature about it actually is the boost feature, where you can fly about the levels. Has a great cover system, and has that nice bullet time effect in it as well, where you can slow down the action on screen. Overall, it's a brilliant game actually. Just played through it on normal, and at the minute I'm on the final boss on the hard difficulty setting. But it's one of those games that will make you want to go back to it for a second and maybe a third playthrough. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Very good game overall, I thought. So the last current gen pickup I have is Halo Reach. Now for me, the Halo series really lives or dies on the strength of the single player campaign. I mean, I'm not really into the multiplayer aspect of it so much. But yeah, overall I thought Bungie did a great job with the single player campaign in Reach. I mean, the story I thought was much easier to follow this time round, and the whole game overall had a much darker, moodier feel to it. Yeah, and also you no longer seem to have this air of invincibility either, as with previous games in the series. So I mean, overall I think it's a great game. I also picked up the strategy guide for it as well. I don't usually bother with strategy guides, but yeah, this one is quite detailed as you'd expect. Just walkthrough and some background information as well as tactics to use. It's actually quite a hard game on legendary as well. I mean, heroic is not too doesn't pose too much of a problem to complete it on, but trying to play through it on legendary is pretty tough, alright. But yeah, that's pretty much all the pickups I have for this video. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and thanks very much to all the subscribers and all those who've recently subscribed as well. It's always nice to get subscribers. Thanks very much to all my friends, and for everyone that leaves comments on the videos as well. So yeah, until next time, take care.